Okay, we are a little early today because I know we had some Europeans that were getting emotionally devastated because they were staying up for this. So sorry, Europeans. We tried to do this as quick as possible. However, we still have people that wanted to come in, and we were waiting for them. We are here.
Sleep is for the weak.
I was going to say, I stayed up late all the time, and they can't stay up to like 11 o'clock. Is like past their curfew or something? I don't know. All right, so make sure you guys can hear us. I do look like I have audio. I do look like I have the people in here's audio. So
Yay.
Good.
let us know that you can hear us. And I got OPT Laura, I got Cheshire, I got Reds, and Bullinator.
I've got cake.
Awesome. And we have cake. Non-sentient cake. The cake is a lie. just like wait, here we go. The cake is a lie, just like Kyle's testimony. Okay. Too soon? Oh, I gotta move.
No, never too soon for calling Kyle a liar.
They want me to move the chat here. I guess it's covering up you. Just for 1 sec. Then we'll get into this.
Just put it over red.
Watch me
Yeah.
eat cake.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, nobody cares about Reds. All right, so here's the thing. I do have a pretty extensive, general analysis of the deposition this morning from the lawyer. It is not specific. There are certain things that were communications between Kyle and Ben, which are eyes only. They're not privy for public, and nor did I have them, nor do I want them. I don't care about any of that. So everything we'll be going over is for general information. It has been approved. I asked very clearly and specifically. OPT lawyer here and other people here have seen it as well. That I did ask the attorney what can be made public, what can't, and so everything that I'm going to be talking about today is something for public. To start off, I was right. I did say that I believe that Kyle was going to show today. There was 3 options, if you guys remember. Do anybody remember those 3 options?
I gave 4, and it was he tells the truth, he lies some more, he doesn't show up, he pleads the 5th, and he doesn't show up won with 46.6% of the vote.
Well, you know, the first one, tell the truth, you know, is not a metaphysical possibility.
Yeah, so he tells the truth was at 7.5%. He lies some more was in second place at 27.4%.
Yeah, straight up, he just continued to lie, which I predicted. I said, look, you have to look at it from a position of a narcissist, which he clearly, and no question about it is. He is going to lie and drag it out as much as possible because he thinks that is hurting other people, not recognizing that it is in the end, as the judge pointed out to him, the longer he stretches it out, the more it hurts him. So yeah. I said that as a narcissist, what he would probably do is, and if you read about narcissism in legal cases, and I'm sure OPT lawyer has experience with this, they will lie under oath. It's just they don't care. They don't care. Now,
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, as long as they think that it's affecting somebody else. I mean, divorce cases, that happens a lot. You know, the spouse.
It's not entirely that. It's also that they're self-obsessive enough to think people are actually going to believe them.
This is true too. This is true too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Because there's no point in lying if it's not going to gain, if you don't think it's going to gain you anything, right? Correct. I think Kyle thought that by lying he would be able to get away with what he's been trying to do.
Well, and it doesn't make any sense because he's still worried about service right now, right? And that's a done deal. Nothing he did in the depositions rebutes what we said about service. Nothing. So I will give you some quick facts that I already put out that I want you guys to ask questions, and I'll answer them from what the lawyer has told me, because I think it'll be more interesting that way. And it will blow your mind, Kyle's responses. Like, literally, I think that you might have to, like, put saran wrap around your house because your brains will be on the floor. I was taken aback. Even I was like, okay, there's no, I really, if I swear to you, I'm not even funny. If somebody would have told me that this is what he said, I would have not have believed it. I was like, no. But he did, apparently. So I will tell you that he submitted nothing prior to February 2020. The evidence that we have on our, video that we put out that Ruhif did and what we explained on Caffeine Corner, the August, the September, the October, November Discover, he did not provide to us. We will get into his reasons why, but he did not provide to us. This is very telling. The judge wants to know, if there's any credence to him even having any credibility. And what he did was he gave all the things that we already knew. Like, hey, we knew that he changed his Discover over a certain point. That's already been established. Ben even told me that. But he was claiming that those from August and November show that he was living with Ben and all these other things that came with, with living with Ben. And we found out that was all not the case. We literally went into the code, showed that the code had multiple edits, 36, I believe, in August and 22 in November. Unirock still thinks it's some kind of metadata or some PDF reader or some tablet or table or column or
basically
value.
He's been proving that he's a dumbass.
He has no idea what he's
thinks
talking
it's
about.
an overlay.
Yeah, I mean, he absolutely has no idea what he's talking about. Anybody who knows about computers knows that he just doesn't have a clue. But
fucking dance, monkey dance.
I will give you the easy stuff right away, and then maybe Chesh and Reg, you guys can ask some questions. The only one who has seen these answers so far is OPT Lawyer. I've not shared that with anybody except for, of course, Ruiv has them.
Ooh.
And I've kind of told Reg the too long didn't read version, but you're the only person that has actually seen them, OPT. Feel special.
I
Oh, gosh,
also
I do?
not think that anybody actually cares to know the courtship of Ben and Kyle.
No, like I said, we didn't get any of that, and I didn't ask for anything. Those were all redacted by the lawyer, and they didn't send those to anybody, and we don't want them. This is just the summation of the deposition from this morning. And by the way, OPT Lawyer is a real lawyer, not a paralegal, a real, honest-to-goodness lawyer. It's weird to say honest and lawyer in the same sentence, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm a real lawyer. I don't know about the rest of that.
Depends on who you're defending, I guess.
Okay,
Right.
so let me ask you just one question.
Sure.
And I guess I'll start with a softball question. When we were speaking, basically, Kyle said something to Katie Joy Polson, and what was that thing that he supposedly told Katie Joy Polson, and what was his response? Just that little section of the deposition.
Okay, so he had told Katie that he was receiving court papers in a screenshot that we had submitted. So
Yes.
when my lawyer asked him about what he sent to Katie, do you want to know his response?
What was his response?
You
What
really
was
want to know
his
his response?
I
Now-
want to know
all
his
right.
response.
Keep in mind, before I tell you his response, which is a quote, this is about a credibility issue, right? This whole deposition is about credibility. And I don't. Reg went right for the heart, didn't you? Here, you just went right for the meat, didn't you?
Yeah. I want to
So much for
basically.
foreplay.
I want to bring all of your guys' attention to one simple fact. The question here is Kyle credible? Steve, take it away.
All right. When asked about the statement to Katie about receiving mail from the court, he said, "quote I lied to Katie."
He said this in a
He
deposition.
said this in a deposition. Now,
That's meant to. That the whole purpose is to determine your credibility. And
This
the
is
first
correct.
thing you say is you lied. Well, there goes your credibility, fucker.
no,
Bye.
but you got to think of Okay, look, step into his worldview, right? Step into the mind of a narcissist. I mean, Chester and I have talked about this extensively. In his mind, he will say whatever it takes to defend his reality. Whatever it takes. That's what narcissists do. So in his mind,
yeah.
he's like, well, I lied to Katie about it because I didn't actually get the papers. Not realizing that whole point of the deposition is to talk about credibility.
The follow-up question is why would he lie about it?
I don't have the answer.
What
to that.
purpose does that serve?
Yeah, I do not know. All
Okay.
right, so I mean, you went deep there. So let's back it up a little bit. So I will I'll tell you some easy stuff first.
And one second. Hey, OPT, would you like
Yeah.
to?
What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I thought I'm washing dishes. I actually thought I was. My bad.
Okay. The easy stuff first. Things that are facts and evidence. Kyle never changed over his driver's license. He never changed over his voter registration. He never forwarded his email. Those are the three main things that you would do if you move. He never did any of those. Get that out of the way.
Oh,
real
really?
quick. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You don't say.
Second, I'll tell you that he continued to stick with the Steve knew he moved narrative. However, you're going to love this. Wait. It gets better. There's more. You ready for this?
My
think
body is ready.
Did I tell you this? I don't think I told you this part, Reds, did I?
I did.
I don't know. Okay.
That's
Maybe
right.
here we go. Ready for this? So, wrap your heads around this. He said that Steve knew that he moved, although he acknowledges that he never told Steve that.
So why would Steve
what?
know that you moved if you didn't tell him you moved?
Telekinesis.
Why would Steve?
Which, by the way, did I not say that Kyle did not tell me that he moved, nor did he tell anybody else? So how the hell would have known that he moved? When we sent to the address, and by the court sent to the same address we did, when we sent that service, we were very clear that's the only address we knew about it. I had no idea he moved until he said several weeks later.
Obviously, it's because when you make a mod, you ask for make somebody a mod in your chat, or when you get close to anybody, you ask for all of their details, all their personal information, where they live, and get a chip installed in their tooth so you know where they are at all times.
Yeah, wait, you don't do that?
So he admitted that he never told me, and yet somehow I knew that he moved. And when pressed on that, I guess, he had no explanation for that. How could I know that he moved, and yet, he never told me, and nor didn't tell anybody else until several weeks later. Yeah.
I have a question, Steve. So if the whole point of this colossal shit show is to establish credibility, is he off to a great start?
It is not off to a great start.
Oh,
Not by any
point
means.
I forgot that the whole point was to establish credibility.
There's so much more.
Yes, it was.
Do you want to do the questions, or do you want me to just go? To go deep?
Okay. Since you spoke to me about this, let me go ahead and ask you one question just to kind of move it along. So, did he have anything against your affidavits and the videos that we submitted?
Okay, let me do the super chat first. Exploratory Minds Project, £2. Thank you, buddy. I need bubble wrap, aka facepalm protection, fast. We might actually have to start selling that. All right, so you asked, was there anything about the videos and the audio that we gave?
There's actually a Res Rhetoric pillow for sale on Teespring that you could get to protect yourself.
We will need this. The answer to your question is he did not dispute any of the statements attributed to him in the Discord recordings or YouTube interviews in my affidavit. He did not dispute any of them. Yes.
No fucking shit. Imagine that. Wow.
Yeah. I'm not sure what grounds he would have to even object to it. It's his own gosh darn voice.
Yes. So that's pretty damning in of itself. Okay.
Well, yeah, but trying to argue with it, then you have to have a reason to argue with it, and he doesn't. So.
Yeah. Oh, so Bull, you're asking about the lease? Is that what I heard you say? Yes.
The lease?
Just go with it.
Just
let it happen.
That is exactly what he said.
I thought
absolutely.
So. I can speak. Bull.
I said that.
Awesome.
Yes. I mean, never doubted you for a second there, Bull.
I speak fluent Bull. All right, so with the lease agreement, he claims that I'm just telling you this. I don't know how to parse it. He claims that he and Ben electronically signed it together, and it was to give assurance that Ben couldn't kick him out. But why he was supposedly living with Ben, he still continued to look for other places because he was supposedly on a month-to-month lease, and he thinks that was all perfectly fine. And he says he actually has a lease filed electronically on his computer that is going to prove to Scotty that it was actually signed by him, and it has a physical signature. So he has an electronically filed lease that has a physical, pen signature from Ben that he never provided to anybody or the court or in the deposition that he plans to give to his lawyer after the deposition.
Yeah,
which doesn't work that way.
Let me guess. It's also identical to the other two signatures that he provided.
Right. So, if I'm the attorney, if I'm Kyle's attorney here, and I hear, or just a client, if I hear that my client has a physical signature of the person, in question, and I haven't gotten this yet, I'm probably storming out of said deposition and, taking some ibuprofen before going back in.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Residence says for $5, Australian. The euphoria I'm experiencing right now is only compounded by Red's maniacal laughter or laugh. Yeah, he has one.
Just hold on to your fucking panties, ladies and gentlemen.
There's so much more. We've just scratched the surface.
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to engage in some role play.
Ooh. Wait, dude, that's Saturday nights and that's off air?
The PG version.
Oh, well, that's no fun. Ozzyman plays games, $2. I've forgotten my facepalm protection. Crap. Sean Hufford makes a very, very good point. I did not think about this. He says that the judge thought the Discord statement was one of the reasons for the deposed to find out which statement was true. That he got the papers or not, and didn't get them. According to what he said in the Discord things, and to say that he is not refuting those Discord things, it's done deal. because he got the papers. That's one of the reasons for the depositions, because he said he didn't get the papers, but he's not refuting anything that he said in the Discord, which means he got the papers.
Okay, so you told me this, so now I am going to act it out, if that's okay.
Sure.
All right, here we go. Mr. Curtis, what I have here is a brand new laptop. And that's not all. This laptop has Wi-Fi. What I would like for you to do, good sir, is I would like for you to take this brand new laptop with the clicky keys. I mean, just listen to that fucking click. It's so fucking sexy. And I would like for you to type on these keys to make it so that you log in to your Discover so that we can see what is really on there.
I can't do that. I don't want to. I will only do it through my attorney.
That's the fucking response that was given.
Yeah, he'll only do it through his attorney. And no, it gets better. There's more than that. So our attorney said, okay, well, your attorney can log on and let her do it. He declined on that. They went back and forth this for quite a while. He would not allow.
So he also pled the fifth.
Now it's not pleading the fifth, but
for that one.
It's called it's dodging. It's dodging is what it is.
He just dodged. It basically Steve's lawyer said, "Okay, we have an opportunity to settle this shit right now. Here's my laptop. Fucking log on to that shit." And he said no.
Right. And let me make it very
He
clear.
said, without my attorney. Well, your attorney's here. Log on to that shit.
Let me make it very
No,
clear. The whole bullshit that he had logged on with Scotty Lee Forbes in her office or online, that was all a lie that Unirock made up. That had never happened.
I'm shocked.
She did not log into anything. He would not allow her to log into anything, even in the depot.
Shocker.
He will not show these things to anybody. He only said that he'll show these things if and only if they're eyes only for attorney, sealed. And I think that's only because if he's forced to, because he doesn't want it out for image issues. Because they will, if he has the originals, they will say not what he submitted to the court. Right.
Oh, really?
Wow,
And there's
shocker.
more. And there's more. When asked why he didn't provide the originals to begin with, right? Why didn't he? He gave us Discover February from 2020 OPT. What do you remember the reason why he said he didn't give us the ones prior to that?
OPT, you're muted.
Yeah. So was that because of was that the one where he said confidentiality reasons?
That was one. That was at one time he said he cited confidentiality reasons, which my lawyer's like, "What are you talking about?"
What the
but
fuck?
even
It's a deposition, you fuck.
yeah, you can't claim confidentiality. He's like, "Well, wait a minute, you submitted the other ones. What's the problem?" But when we asked about why he
It's a
didn't
deposition based on shit that you submitted to the court.
Well, when we asked about why he didn't submit the ones prior, and pretty much nothing else that we asked him, we didn't get bank records from him. We didn't get financial records from him. We got nothing except for some junk mail. I'll go over what he submitted to us in a second. But the reason why he didn't give us what we asked for was, quote, he was busy.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that one.
He was busy, bitch.
Yes, sir.
You're about to go to jail, bitch. You about to go to jail. You would think you would
I
have
am
some
not-
goddamn
I am-
instinct of
He was
He was
self-preservation.
busy.
He's
He was
exactly
fucking
what-
He was busy.
Exactly.
I'm not in the right
Forging it.
headspace. I'm not in the right headspace.
Busy forging it, guys. Come on, that shit
Right,
takes
yeah.
time.
Guys, listen, I know that was supposed to be ready for this deposition, but let me tell you, I was busy. I was busy. I had a lot to do. I had a lot to do.
Wait. Isn't busy the name of Jason's fucking little alternate
Maybe they got,
Oh
maybe they got something
my
going
God.
on. Yeah.
That's a future meme. YouTube, make that shit a meme.
Figure out how to work
Make
that.
a meme. Kyle, I was busy with Unirock and yeah. Kyle,
He was
have fun.
busy the whole. Isn't busy supposed to be a crackhead? Isn't that like it's?
There's so much better there. All right, so let me go over what we did. Let me go over what we did get from him. Okay. Now you got to remember, we gave that site 1,400 pages. That's a pretty decent amount, I would think. And by the way, I did find out from OPT that a subpoena is a third party. So if you're doing a production, like we this is basically a production for papers.
Would you like me to just? Basically, what you sent to Kyle is a discovery demand, request for production of documents.
Yes.
That's governed under normally Civil Rule 26. I don't know what it is in North Carolina per se, but normally they're all the same. Subpoenas are under a completely different rule and are for third parties to produce evidence in a case that they're not actually a party to.
Yes. But as I said, my lawyer was just using it generically, and so I just use it generically.
Yeah, because the at the end of the day, not responding to one or the other will get you in the same trouble.
Right. When we asked for a production of documents and he didn't provide them to us, but hey, how? Oh my God! I just realized this. The number of documents he gave us has a huge amount of significance to it. Holy crap! I just realized this.
Oh no!
Is it 33?
Oh, no.
It is 33. I'm not even kidding.
Guys in the live chat, make that a meme as well.
You've got to be kidding.
I'm just dying
Kyle
here.
has been Russian vids the whole time.
Russian Viz is gonna love that.
He's been
Dude.
and Russian.
Dude.
I am so
God.
glad that I have like a big back chair with like big like sides on it because I've fallen off it. And we're only like 10 minutes into this shit.
Holy
How long have we been live? 20 minutes? I'm going to
to
die.
Yeah, 33 pages. 33 pages of documents. Okay, so, and I'm gonna even tell you how many pages of each because my lawyer did break them down. I mean, I did not just pull that number out of my R's.
We
All right,
got 33 pages of fucking junk mail and bullshit.
So
Okay,
here's
so
what
pages-
I'm gonna need.
So pages 1
Here's
to
what I'm
20.
gonna need for this
Go ahead.
30. Steve, hold on a second.
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna need from you guys. We're going to need a big head that is Kyle's head. That's like, you know, like a mascot head. And then we're going to need a jersey that says Curtis with a number 33 on the back. Okay? You got it?
We got
Thanks, guys.
All right. Yeah, I didn't even think about that before because was reading this pretty quick because I was like, what? Okay, so, all right, pages 1 to 20. Those are the discovery statements from February 2020 to June 2020. Nothing from June 2019 to December 19.
Because that's private.
And my lawyer,
busy.
my lawyer could not. He was sarcastic, of course. He's like, I can't even imagine why he would not want to give those. Oh wait, my lawyer absolutely knows that he forged these things. His lawyer knows that he forged these things. There's not a doubt in any of our minds.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
especially when he flat out refused to log on right then and there and settle this shit.
Yeah, but did he do that before with his lawyer, according to Unirock? Why would you do it then, but not doing it in Depot? I don't know.
We have motherfuckers on Twitter that said that he logged on Discord and
Wow.
showed all of these assholes that he wasn't faking shit, but he won't do it during a deposition.
Hey, it's okay. He'll
Does
do it
anybody
tonight. He'll do it
crochet?
tonight. He'll do it tonight on Uni's channel. So he'll do it tonight. Uni swore you'd ask him.
Well, guess what?
Okay,
Uni,
cool.
Uni is not the ones with the keys to the cell, Kyle. That's fucking.
Yeah, no shit.
Imagine going to Unirock for legal advice.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Well, and yet he
Oh,
goes to
God.
Menace to Sobriety for legal advice. It's like a
Oh,
chain.
Right.
that's better.
Yeah.
That's
Uni's
definitely-
got you in an entirely different kind of cell, Kyle, and it's in his head. And if you've ever seen the movie The Cell, he's obsessed with you. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
Steve too.
Does
He's got
Does
both
Does
of you up
anybody
there.
know how to crochet? No.
Seems
nobody
random.
does. If there's anybody in the chat that knows how to crochet, please let me know. I will pay you to make me a little crochet doll of Kyle with a little jersey of 33, as long as he's got a big bobblehead.
Someone
Like a
explain
fu-
what
or like a
33
real
means
Funko
in the live
Pop,
chat.
You know what I mean?
All right, so it's quite telling that he produced all the documents after because we knew he had that discovery going to Ben's house after the first of the year. We already knew this. Ben told us this.
Yeah,
That
it's
wasn't the
telling us
point.
things we already know is not the point.
Yeah, and don't you think that as the judge is going to like, hey, wait a minute, they asked you for the specific documents that they claim you forged, the ones with the the data matrix that's off, the intelligent mail barcode that's off, the multiple edits that we have found in the code to be touch-up edits that. I'm sorry, nobody has refuted on that because that is a forensic level analysis that you can actually take to a court, and we will.
I need to highlight this shit again. I have to. Basically, Kyle had the opportunity to squash this shit. There was a laptop connected to the internet. he could have logged on to Discover, pulled up his statement, and said, "See, look, I didn't fake
Correct.
this shit." He had that opportunity and didn't take it. So, ladies and gentlemen, why do you believe what in your opinion, in your guys' opinion, why did Kyle not take up that opportunity? I have an idea of why he didn't take up that opportunity. It's because he forged shit and he didn't want to be called out on it during a deposition.
And he knows. He knows. Well, okay, I should. Okay, let me rephrase this. His lawyer knows that we have subpoena Discover.
Sean is saying that apparently Uni's not coming on until Thursday, or Kyle's not coming on to Uni's Rock until Thursday or something now.
Shocker.
Assuming he's still a free man by Thursday, yeah.
Well, no, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen to him until the contempt hearing. But but the reality is, he.
Well, let me ask OPT a question then.
Sure.
If the judge gets a report on his desk of something that basically confirms criminal activity or warrants inspection or investigation by the DA, does he have to wait till a contempt hearing to send that off to the criminal DA?
So no, because anyone could just do that. But my guess is that he wouldn't necessarily, and he probably at the contempt hearing after if he made a finding of contempt, my guess is that he would then either instruct the Steve's attorney to forward X, Y, and Z to the prosecutor's office, or he may say that the court is going to forward X, Y, and Z to the prosecutor's office for consideration of charges and whatnot. But my guess is it would wait until after the finding, because then you've actually you've made findings, and two, you have this in an actual legal opinion.
I think the same thing, and I was going to say that.
Okay, it makes sense.
His lawyer knows we have subpoena Discover. However, again, thinking about it from Kyle's view, he might believe Unirock that we never have submitted that subpoena and that we're just bluffing on that, which is
boy.
He might actually think this. Think about this. Everything they say is bullshit. Okay, so he might actually believe this because he believes his own bullshit. I do think that he believes a lot of his own bullshit, but he probably thinks that we're not getting that Discover. Discover's already getting back to us. They've already said we will give this to you. We're going to have it out to you as soon as possible, but it wasn't in time today.
It's a situation where they literally do not listen to a single word you say, because
didn't watch it.
how many times have you said, "I'm not bluffing and I'm not going to bluff. Why would I bluff?" So we got a super chat and a couple comments. Chris for $4.99 said Kyle won't be on Uni tonight. Apparently Scotty told him not to, according to Uni's Periscope. Dottie said the same thing, that apparently according to Unirock, his lawyer told him to not show up on.
Well, that's wise.
Okay.
That's wise. Yeah.
Okay,
You
that is an
mean she
amazing
gave him a gag order?
Well, hang on. What?
She gave him a gag order ultimatum that she probably wouldn't be his lawyer if he didn't shut the fuck up. That's probably what happened there.
I'm willing to bet that that's all actually complete bullshit, because I have a feeling that there's a decent chance that his lawyer, Kyle's lawyer, doesn't actually know who Unirock is.
No, I don't think so either. But that doesn't matter.
Here's what I think.
So.
Here's what I think. I think Cheshire is right. Uni's full of shit. Kyle has not spoken to Uni, nor has Kyle's lawyer spoken to Uni. Uni is not in the loop at all. The dude's just LARPing.
Hang on. There's evidence for that, only for the fact that he didn't know the dates of the depositions. Okay, he just didn't. And if he was talking to Kyle, he should have known that.
About this specific thing.
However, let's give him the benefit of the doubt on this particular, because this would be something that the lawyer would do. This would be what we would expect, right?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. And here's the thing. She may not have directly said, don't go on Unirock. What she may have said is, don't discuss this in public yet.
Yeah.
Now, unlike my lawyer,
shut the fuck up.
you guys saw
way more likely.
I asked my lawyer, what is there I can talk about? What and I can't. He's like, this is all general stuff. Go for it. He's not worried about. Truth is an affirmative defense. People have to realize this. When Kyle goes on air and he says something, and it's not true, that can and will be used against him.
Yep. Everything that Kyle says on the interwebs will be recorded, and it will be sent to the proper individuals. So, but keep in mind, guys, I would bet you that if Kyle does actually show up on Unirock's channel, that Unirock isn't going to ask him the hard questions like, when Steve's lawyer handed you a fucking laptop with an internet connection, why didn't you log into Discover to prove that you didn't forge shit?
Can I say something about that just real quick?
Yes, please.
If it were my client, I would have wanted him to say his first actual answer, which was, well, I'll only do it through my attorney. Totally understand that. When it's then offered to the attorney, as if it was me, I would ask to basically clear the room and let me discuss it with my client.
Right.
And then at that point, I'd probably do it with my client in private and then make a determination from that point, which if everyone comes back in and it's like, yeah, we're just going to move on, I would then have the assumption that it doesn't show.
Right. But Kyle doesn't understand something, that you have attorney-client privilege, and you have to tell your attorney everything and be as honest as possible. This is why my lawyer is never worried about me. We've always provided him the evidence. We've always come through with him. He's never doubted anything, and he doesn't. Kyle doesn't take advantage of this because there's no way he told his lawyer all the truth. There's just no way.
No, not chance in hell.
Yeah. Let me rephrase. You don't have to.
All right, one sec.
You don't have to tell your attorney everything. You just should tell your attorney everything, because then they can't help you.
Right.
Yeah. 2 super chats. Res for 5 says, "This is fucking gold," and that was in response to busy. And Boy of Ink for 2 says, "Busy with what? Cooking books?" He was busy. He was busy committing fraud. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, but like you guys were, like OPT was saying, is this wise to tell your lawyer everything, because you have that confidentiality. The only time they can do anything is if you plan a crime or something and they know it's like a future thing. Yeah, so they can break that. But if you admit to something to your lawyer, they cannot use that, even if his lawyer let it out. And I don't think he understands that. I just don't. But anyways, neither here nor there. So I think that that there's a chance that his lawyer might have told him this. I don't think that's too far removed from reality. But yeah, it's very telling that his lawyer is telling him this, if that's the case, or they're using that as an excuse rather than my lawyer who's like, go for it. All right, so let's move past that real quick.
We have one more question, Steve or anyone on the panel. So for this. So this for sure means that service was good, the default stands, the channel is Steve's, and now Kyle faces contempt, right? And that's from Katie Rocks Eats Cheese.
Well, okay, so the thing is, can I postpone that to the end? Because that's kind of
yeah, I'm just making sure.
Let's table that for now. I'll get to that because that's kind of important.
Make a mental note of that. We'll get back to it.
All right. Okay, so note this too. So everybody needs to know, we have 420 people watching. Note this, that he did not produce the documents we requested. He did not produce the ones that we said were altered to exonerate himself. He did not log on in front of the lawyer, his own lawyer, which if he would have shown that the lawyer, had been altered, she would have known what to do with that information.
Let's be clear. He outright refused to do so.
He declined, and they went back and forth. My lawyer even said they went back and forth of this, and Kyle was sweating. His words. His words. He said he looked, I don't remember if the word was nervous.
Kyle, I need you to log in right now. I don't wanna.
Let me see if I can find the exact thing. He said he basically, he had him kind of on the ropes, and he kind of knew it. He was not happy. He quote, "I completely got under his skin." Okay. So.
Of course. Is he lying?
Yeah, because at that point, it becomes obvious. If you're not willing to log on to your Discover statements to clear this shit, something fucky is going on.
But he already did that with Scotty Lee Forbes. Unirock said so, and he said that we called his lawyer a liar.
Unirock is the type of guy that can't wipe his ass without getting shit on his fingers, Steve.
I don't think he remembers to use toilet paper.
I just got BT Toast's meme, and that's some top notch right there.
We'll get there. I'm sure they're going to be golden. All right, pages 21.
I'll send it to Steve so we can screen share it later.
All right, pages 21 to 22. Basically, just emails from September 6th to Ben. 2 emails. That's all he gave us. We gave them 1,400 pages. We got 2 emails, and one of them was Ben saying that, quote, he never was paid full amount for rent. This was, again, as he had noted, that he was staying there for a while, and he was like, you need to start pitching in. If you're going to be here more than a week, you're basically squatting here. You take me out to dinner, I got to pay everything. You might as well pay something, kick it in. That's what he was referring to as far as rent.
If you guys want to see that interview, it's on my channel.
Yeah, your interview. Oh, I didn't tell you this. I didn't tell OPT lawyer either. 2 of those videos from your 2 excerpts from your videos, Reds, were entered in evidence.
Yes.
And the
that's
funniest
right.
part was neither of them helped Kyle.
Wow.
I mean, even my lawyer was like, "What?" He's like, "Neither of them helped." They didn't. They just. Ben was explaining it, and Ben explained it very well. And I don't see how. And or anybody will say how those, because I don't know if those can be made public or not. So I'm not going to release them.
Ben is a national.
wait,
They didn't help Kyle.
Wait, hold on. Who put them into evidence?
Kyle.
Kyle put them. Okay, so it wasn't Scott putting them into evidence today. It was Scotty putting them into evidence yesterday.
Yeah, because we didn't know what they were for, because he had told us, he had tried sending us the 2 links to the videos, and they failed because I don't think he did it right. So we finally got the videos, and I was asking Ruev, what videos is he talking about? And he's like, he's like, something from Red's video, and we watched the excerpts. I'm like, what does this have? Why does Kyle think this helps him? We don't know.
All this is like everything that is happening in this situation has been just a consistent looking at Kyle on the floor and just being like, no, stop hitting him. He's already dead.
And so
I would like to know. I would like to know which section he was referring to. Like what part of my video did he take out and submit into evidence? I desperately want to know this.
it was 2 very small clips. I will listen to them later. And
Okay, fair enough.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Get
They're
back
so
to me on that
short.
shit.
They were literally like,
Get back to me on
listen.
that shit, though.
Well,
Because what I want to do is I want to update the peeps, bitches, and hoes on Twitter
I could do
as
the
to
audio
what was
from them.
actually submitted.
maybe I could do the audio from them.
If you let me know what those clips are, I'll actually clip them together if you'd like.
Okay.
Perfect. So people on Twitter, stand by. I will update you later.
I'll send those to you afterwards. It's not that they're not sealed or anything. It's we didn't. They were sent to us before. So all right. The other one, the other email was the unredacted one where he was talking about forging, the statement that Ben made about, drunk, but they unredacted it, including the threats made to Ben. So that is now entered in, that those threats by Kyle are on the record. Okay.
Good.
Super chats.
Okay, so Mike actually makes a good point. all of this could have been easily avoided by creating a new show on the Non Sequitur Show channel. Call it Sequitur Justice or whatever, and it probably would have been fine. No split needed. Correct. Roll Mops for 5 said, honestly, after hearing about Reds' vid being submitted, I think we should start a GoFundMe for Kyle's lawyer. Boy of Ink for 5 said, Uni would struggle to pour out water out of a shoe with instructions written on the sole.
Oh.
All right, so we gave them 1,400 pages. We got 2 emails. And by the way, we asked for all communications between Kyle and Ben, all communications. What we should have got back, correct me if I'm wrong, OPT, is a mirror of what Ben had.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Did we get that? Nope.
And yeah, you should have basically gotten back everything. The idea for both sides asking for the same thing like that is to compare them to see if somebody deleted something or something like that.
Right. Yeah, so real quick, how does the judge look upon that when he did not produce the documents we requested? And by the way, we were not happy about that. And my lawyer asked Scotty, why are we getting so little? And she said, I will try to get more out of Kyle. And Kyle said, oh, I'll give you more. We didn't hold our breath. Did we get more? No, we did not.
Yeah.
The judge is going to be like, he's going to be sitting back going, he literally didn't help himself at all. He actually made shit worse for himself. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, the judge will have the ability to look at what the parties asked for and what was produced in this discovery. And when he realizes that Kyle didn't turn over the things that are actually relevant to the motion, problems.
That's the whole point. Yeah, that's a big one too. And by the way, I know that everything got turned over between Ben and Kyle on our end. My communications with Ben all got turned over, and all the communications with Ben and Ruhif got turned over. Those I know for a fact. Everything that was ever said were turned over. And guess what was not in it? Anything about payments to him, anything about, telling him what to say, anything about coaching. Nothing. Those will all be public when, as soon as all this is over. I promise you guys that. If Ben allows it, which I'm sure he will. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to show this.
For 5 said,
who made
I
this?
second Roll Mop's motion to help pay Kyle's lawyer a bonus for putting up with this idiot.
Well, if she's on a flat fixed retainer, she really screwed herself because, yeah. Who made this image? The whole new world. I'm showing it right now. A whole new world of
Meat and toast.
a dazzling place I never knew. Wait, I was in jail once. Never mind.
Well, we can't see it.
No, I
I-
on the outside.
I want somebody asked me a very serious question in the chat, and I just want to answer them. Peep, that would be like Ilya, for example. Ilya's a peep. A bitch would be like Steve McRae, and a hoe would be Steve again.
Yeah.
So when I say peeps, bitches, and hoes, 2 of those refer to Steve.
I everything just refers to me. All right, so keep that in mind. So where are we at now? We have 20 pages relating to discovery that we didn't give a crap about. It has no relevancy to anything because we already knew after the first of the year. We have 2 emails, which again, out of 1,400, no text messages. Pages 23 to 30. These were Apple receipts that just showed the Anna Garrison Road, all dated February 20. Okay, what the hell's that got to do with anything? He had one page.
Don't be alarmed. I'm just gonna submit a whole bunch of junk mail.
Oh, no, we get that.
Kyle. Here's a hint, Kyle. You were served when?
August.
August.
Right, that's what I don't understand.
Anything from the following February have to do with you being served in August?
This is what I don't get. Why did his lawyer point this out? I mean, to him.
Give us the stuff from August.
Yeah, my lawyer was the same thing. He's like, we're trying to determine if he lived with Ben in August. Not that it mattered to service. It really, that makes no difference. What this goes to his credibility if he got the papers or not, because he's saying that he didn't, and the judge has to at least give him some evaluation on that, right? Because that would be, if he didn't get the papers, then service is no good. Doesn't matter where he lived at all. That is not the relevant issue. The relevant issue is if he's credible. Clearly he's not, and we've shown multiple times that he's lied about living with Ben. And so if he wanted any kind of credibility and say, oh well, I'm not lying about not getting papers because I'm not lying about living with Ben, and here's all my evidence for that, wouldn't he give stuff from August? Oh wait, he tried that and it was all edited.
Steve, no, I got a question though. I got a question. Did Steve ever go back to his mom's house?
Did Kyle ever go back? You mean did Kyle ever go back to his mom's house?
Kyle.
Yes, he did.
Did Kyle ever go back to his mom's house?
Yes, he did, and he did admit that he was back at his mom's house on September 2nd and 3rd, I believe it was. Because we have a photo. We have a photo of him on September 2nd at his mom's house.
Photoshop.
Photoshopped.
It's clearly photoshopped.
Yeah. So
Ken Hoban cellmate for 5 says Kyle and Uni are both about as sharp as a sack of marshmallows.
Now keep in mind, I have not seen that photo. I've just been aware of the photo. I have not seen it, so I want to get that record. So page 31.
It's photoshopped to look exactly like the studio you see on all the episodes of the Non Sequitur show I produced at the end there. It looks exactly the same. It's almost like he was there.
Well, we already knew that on August 20th he went to go visit Ben, and he said, "I'm out visiting with my boyfriend. I'll be back in the studio eventually and be back home." And he had text messages with him talk about going back home. Why would you be, if you're living with somebody since July, why would you go visit them and then go back home? None of that story makes sense.
Exactly. Wow. Damn.
Yeah, there's also Feline points out there
isn't exactly very complicated to figure it out, unless you're Unirock, in which case this shit's way too complicated for you.
The Feline Tree Feline points out there was also another photo that I was made aware of that my lawyer has from September 9th, I believe it was, of him actually sending Ben a bunch of mail that has his mom's address, saying something like, look what I've got, all this mail I've got to go through. Okay.
Well, look at all how do I even hold all these lemons? How do I hold all this junk mail?
So page 31 is a slightly less redacted 1099 from 1-800-Democrat. Don't know what the hell that has to do with anything. Nothing. And then 32 and 33 is my favorite. You ready for this one, Reds?
My body is ready.
Oh, God. That's so hot, dude. All right, ready for this. A junk mail solicitation for a PayPal credit card addressed to Kyle at the Anna Garrison Road address, no indication of date.
Wow.
Wow, that's some heavy-duty evidence right there, man. Heavy-duty evidence.
Oh, dude, because that could be from any time.
Yeah, there's not a date on it.
No date.
So junk mail, everything was after 2020. Nothing prior to that. He refused to show the August, September, November, December statements. You kind of seeing a pattern here. I mean, And again, Chester and I talk about this all the time. What do you expect? If he's lying through his teeth, what would you expect? This is all consistent with him lying. Everything that has happened is completely consistent with him being a lying narcissist.
It's like, don't be alarmed, guys. I'm just going to submit some junk mail with no date on it. It'll work.
I would be more impressed if he took a picture of his junk, wrote a date on it, and submitted it.
Written in crayon.
The legal term my lawyer used, I don't know if this is Latin or not, OPT, but the legal term he used was, quote, absolutely nothing. That's what his words.
That's a very professional technical term. Mm-hmm. It's right up there with absolute crap and holy shit.
Yep.
And fuck all.
Those were his words.
It's
Absolutely
the
nothing.
stuff that I currently have on my wall. Fucking nothing.
All right, so let's see here. So he also, like I said, he claimed that he has an affidavit of residency signed by Bennett Inc. He said he claims the original and will provide to Scotty eventually. My lawyer says that wasn't true. And that obviously
the eventuality is running out, Kyle. That was supposed to be today.
And why would he provide to his lawyer? That was supposed to be provided to us. Anything with that's a lie.
Well, regardless, you are running out of opportunities to present your shit, Kyle. Do you not understand that?
You're running.
No, you're giving him ideas. Now he's going to show up to court for his contempt hearing, and
I hope he does.
Take up,
I hope he does
his
too.
own feces and drop it on the fucking desk of the judge.
So
good.
When my lawyer said he was asked to produce the July, September, October, December 2019 statements, that's when he said, well, there's confidentiality concerns, and my lawyer asked him why he didn't produce February through June, because he produced the other ones. Quote, he had no answer to that.
Oh, and by the way, if anybody's confused about what Kyle's faces actually looks like, it's Keon.
Yeah. And then he says when I asked he did not produce the unredacted versions of August and November. He said that he thought he had. I thought I had. Okay. He didn't. He didn't give us the unredacted August and November to us, even though we already had it. But we still wanted the unredacted version and the correct version. He would not provide it at all. And he said, I then asked him again, why don't you just pull them up where we're sitting there? He then declined. Okay, check this one out. This is about Ruif. What do you think? What do you think? In Kyle's expert opinion, because he's a master coder, what do you think his opinion was of Glenn's analysis?
Me. Pick me. Did Kyle try to spin this bullshit that Ruhif is, quote, not an expert?
Yes. Actually, what he said was, quote, he thinks that Ruif's video is, quote, laughable, and that he's not a forensic analysis. But when asked about the discrepancies, he had no answers for the barcode or the font issues or the text editor touch-ups or anything like that. He had no explanation for any of it, but he thinks that Glenn's analysis was, quote, laughable. But when asked why, he couldn't explain what was wrong with it.
Oh, really?
Kind of like
it's
Unirock.
Laughable. You actually believe this horse shit? Well, why don't you believe it? I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, the judge will believe. Yeah, see, this is all entered in now. The judge will be aware of all this now. This is how it was entered in, because we didn't, as I explained, we didn't have all this ready in time for the depositions to have our ducks in a row, and so we will be submitting something more formal, I think, when we get the Discover back, which will basically be, the file nail in the coffin. So.
Wow. Somebody make the Monopoly card, the jail Monopoly card with Kyle's face on it. Sean also says, Judge Gale, why do you think I shouldn't hold you in contempt, Mr. Curtis? Kyle, 'cause Steve's a meanie poo-poo head.
That's basically it.
So it's kind of weird that he's trying to claim
Have
now.
you heard
also,
of this guy named Earl David Warden? What the fuck?
That's the fallback for everything, right?
That really is. It's like, the judge is going to look at Kyle and go, but Steve's a meanie head, the fucking poopy face head. He made it so that Aaron Raw didn't want to come on my show, and so
what? He pissed off Aaron Raw? Off with his head.
Off with his head, and he pissed off Aaron Raw. Therefore, service was not proper, and Steve goes to jail, and Unirock was right. Yeah.
So the explanation for all the text messages is why he was looking for a place, because he said he didn't want to be locked in, I guess, living Ben. He wanted an option to move because the lease was supposedly was month to month. So he's looking for a place, even though he's lived with Ben. But the person, let me tell you guys something. There is a person who helped Kyle look for a place that is Ben's friend. Not going to get into the details who that is. They will eventually probably have. I don't know if they're going to have to do something as an affidavit, but they might. But they have told me without any certain terms, because this is one of Ben's friends, close friends. She absolutely knows Ben. Kyle never lived with Ben. Kyle visited Ben. She never liked him, but she was willing to try to help him through MLA listings to find a place. The entire time he was making up the story about living with Ben, and she knew that he was making up the story about that. She knew. She said, I found out that there was a court case going on. He was trying to tell people that he was living with Ben. But she wasn't getting herself involved with it. But that is the truth.
Wow.
Yes. So he basically also says that he was at his mom's house on September 1st and 2nd, and acknowledges he got mail there as late as 9/9.
Sweet Heathen said #no more Kyle.
Atheist pastor, $2. Judge, what's an R in raw?
It's without a Ron. What do you mean?
It's like Kyle, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop talking about how rocks are atheists.
And let me make this very clear to people that don't know Ruhif's background. Ruhif is a professional coder. Okay, he made his millions off writing code. Okay, that's how he makes it. That's how he made his money. He is more than qualified to be called as an expert witness. Not particularly of this case, but in future cases, my lawyers told him if he has ever a case like this, he will use him. But he writes code. This is what he does. Cheshire's seen his work. He's brilliant.
I saw his work.
That's why he's made a lot of money off of it, because he knows exactly what he's doing, and he has written code that allowed for certain things in doing trades that made him a lot of money. So,
I cannot wait.
I will never get over it.
The code he wrote is probably the code the SEC said I couldn't look at because I had access to production servers.
I will tell you this: the code he wrote. I'll tell you this: the code he wrote. There was another company that spent a ton of money claiming that code that he wrote was proprietary software, when it wasn't. He wrote his own code. They did not. They were like, no, that's ours, and they found out it wasn't. They lied about that. Go figure. But yes, this is what he does. He's a coder.
I cannot wait until.
I've never fallen in love at first sight before, and that code did it for me.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for it to be proven once we get our subpoenas back that Ruhif was right the entire time, and someone actually asks Kyle, so you think his analysis is still laughable?
Yeah. Well, Unirock is an expert of code from 1990. Yeah. Well, yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah, he even said that he doesn't know any of this stuff. He relies on his coder people that even they didn't. None of them got this right. And 1990, I'm sorry, that's a little antiquated.
The only time I'll actually go to Unirock for anything is if I have interest in vaping. Other than that, fuck that guy.
Oh no, I know somebody better you can talk to about that. Don't even.
I will take you up on that offer.
Mm-hmm.
I know people that do that could help you.
All right.
Cool. People are asking for your Discord if you want to add that in.
My Discord?
Yeah, so people are asking if there's a Discord for Non Sequitur right now, and that's currently Bull's Discord.
Right. Called Prove It is actually originally intended to be for my show, but you're more than welcome to come on.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I want to give some credit here. Astronomy Live, who is also a coder, decided to double check Ruhif's work. Let's just say Ruhif passed with flying colors.
I have no question.
And this is a guy who wrote programs that allows me to track fucking rockets with telescopes.
He's not the only one.
So what you're
checked his
saying
work,
is this was peer reviewed.
Yes, it was.
Peer reviewed by people who would be considered experts in a legal system.
And let me ask you,
I want everyone right now to give a round of applause to Astronomy Live. Even though he's a communist, please give him a round of applause. Come on, everyone, give him a round of applause. Good job, Astronomy Live.
Let me ask you guys: Did Uni and his crack code team ever once show how they step by step repeated the process that Ruhif did? No, they
No.
did not.
Fucking
All they
shit,
said,
no.
oh, they did. They said what Ruhif did, and they didn't get the same results. Unirock has never showed anything, and he never will. He never will because he's wrong on this.
That dude
Right.
can't even do the amount that I did by putting one screen cap on top of another screen cap
Right?
and resizing it.
Oh,
Like,
and by the way,
you did that.
I have Notepad++ now. I've now transcended. I did. Hogtie was giving us shit about using Notepad. And I'm like, I'm not lead enough to use Notepad++. So I now have Notepad++.
Atheist Pastor for 2 says #Ruhif was right, #Steve was wrong. And Boy of Ink for 5 said, I would go to uni if I would want to know how to get that Kyle's bukkake all over my face, because it looks like that he is an expert on this.
Oh yeah, Uni banned Astronomy Live when Astronomy Live was making sense. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's right. And here's the thing. Astronomy Life was not being disrespectful. He was just explaining why Uni was wrong.
Astronomy Live says he wants. I want to repeat what Chesh did, but do it with the code. Oh, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Do that. That'd be sweet.
Do
All
that.
right, so another thing here.
One person said, I'm going to clap for Astronomy Life. Only time I'm going to clap for a filthy commie. That's great. So good.
Yeah, I lost
Sorry,
my-
Steve, you were saying.
No, I
you were
lost my
saying.
place. Okay. So Scotty asked. She asked Kyle about the video clips of Steve saying he knew Kyle had moved, asking him since he knew how bad jail was from previous experiences, would he risk perjury? I don't know what that has to do with anything. Of course, he's going to go, I'm not lying. Well, yes, it is, because he literally just said earlier that he did not tell me that he moved. Nobody knew that he moved. And why would we serve an old address if we had a current one on a lawsuit that you have to spend money on that would get, some kind of weird technicality, which doesn't even exist that way. But that wouldn't be the case. It would be that it wasn't getting to him. Why would we serve it to somewhere where we didn't think it would get to him? We served it at his last address, which was his current one, which we thought was his current one. We didn't know of any other address.
I will ask for something way more simple. Uni, you have your Periscope. Please demonstrate to me that you know how to tie your shoes and you're not wearing fucking Velcro.
Good luck with that.
So, if I may interject
Don't
real
show
quick.
me already tied up shoes, though, or I'm gonna think Busy did them for you, which is Kyle,
Right.
as he was down there probably sucking your dick.
So one thing I would say is that question from her is what I would classify as damage control at this point. Like, that is trying to repair any kind of credibility by saying, "No, look, you've been in jail before. Would you want to risk going back because you know how bad it was?" Like, that is not a bad question. It's just that at this point, it's kind of not going to help.
It's not a bad
either.
question, but it's two things at play here. Wait, it's two things at play here. One, it's recognizing that he faces potential jail time. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's pretty damning of itself. And two, I don't know if she recognizes he's a narcissist or not, but anybody who recognizes narcissistic behavior, you'd know how they're going to answer that question in the negative anyways. Like, well, of course I don't want to go back and I would not lie, but they do lie under oath all the time.
Yep.
So I'm not sure
Right,
she's understanding his personality type.
It's a damage, like you said, it's a damage control question. It's not necessarily relevant to this at all because the evidence pretty much puts him in jail.
Well, and by the same token, why would Ben lie? And she tried to. According to what my lawyer said, she was really trying to make Ben out to be some kind of disgruntled ex-boyfriend, and she quote failed miserably, is the words I was told, because there has to be reasons why somebody's a fail. Why is this person some kind of ex-lover that wants to interject themselves and have potential perjury charges? Because everything Ben said was the straight up truth.
Yep.
From day one.
Why would he come up here and cause a stir only to be proven to be
They
lying?
have the text messages. Yes, they have my messages to him.
So
That's not something a jilted ex-lover would do.
Right.
So there's a couple things in the chat. Somebody's asking how long Kyle was in jail previously.
Year.
I don't know if anybody knows the answer to that.
1 year.
I think it was a couple years.
Was it 1 year or 2 years?
I think it
I
was
have no idea.
I think it was 2
It could have been
because
2.
Mike is also asking.
you're more than welcome to go look those episodes up. One of them had Casey Gleason whatever her name is, Miss Godless Engineer's wife on it. It was one of the
Probably
first.
Engineer's wife,
supposedly,
maybe?
we're not quite sure of that
Probably.
because Kyle married them.
Well, that's why I'm acting like that, because I'm not really sure if that marriage is particularly valid at this point because of the credibility of the officiant.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Mike said, I really want / need the judge to weigh on if it matters if Kyle lived there or not. He actually did. So the judge weighed in on that. If you go and watch over on my channel, I put out the entire hearing. It is in robot voice, and I'm sorry for that, but I didn't want people saying that there was any kind of inflection read into something that wasn't there. So it's all in robot voice, and you can read along, but he says that whether or not Kyle lived there did not matter. You can go and find the exact quote over there, though. Atheist Pastor for 5 says, the yellow headphones make it look like Chesh has a golden halo. Aww. Thanks.
All right, so there's two other points. The two big takeaways is, one, did this help him in any way about the process of service? The answer to that is clearly no. Nothing helped him with that, right? Because it goes to credibility. He couldn't even show that he was actually living with Ben. Matter of fact, it led to more questions than answers, because why would he not give us what he asked for? The fact that he didn't give us what he asked for and we gave them everything, it made it actually worse for him. Okay, so that's a done deal.
His credibility's fucked.
Right, so we're not worried about that. The service is a done deal. The other issue at hand, and I love the way that he put this, if it had just been Ben's word against Kyle's word, he said about if they live together or not, that would not have risen probably to any kind of perjury, right? That's just or maybe we'll go with it, some kind of difference of understanding. Let's call it that, okay? I'm calling it this. However, because of the submission of forged evidence, forged affidavits, forged rental agreements, and altered statements from Discover that indicate that he has committed actually perjury in his affidavits, that quote leads to a whole different level. It takes it out of the realm of merely he said, into there is a fraud that has been committed upon the court, and the judge wants to know this, and he has created actually real problems for Kyle by doing those things. So it moved out of just a service issue. Now it is in a completely different realm of, is there criminality aspects involved with this? And I think everybody kind of knows the answer to that.
Oh, yeah.
Res for 5 says, GG, no RE.
Well, and it's more to the service issue. Why would he be forging stuff if he was served? Yeah. Unless he was served.
Well, and here's the thing. Why is he so adamant about the service anyways? I mean, what is he hanging on to? He's looking at prison because of this. For what? What reasons did he have?
This is what Sean meant in the chat, by the way. He meant from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. It's Frieza. That's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
Go ahead. Well, I want to hear this, actually.
Yeah, play it.
Well,
Kyle's disappointed mom for 2 said, any bets on when Kyle goes full I don't know what that
sovereign
is.
citizen.
Oh, sovereign citizen.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the same time, Uni goes flat Earth.
With Ken Hogan and Adam Kokesh.
Yeah, I mean,
Uni is right on the edge of the flat Earth.
He's right on the edge of that. He really is.
Give it time. Give it time.
All right, so Bull, as the producer, if he says, look, I even said, hey, I'll give Steve everything if he could do it better, but he never did. The only reason why he's not giving all this up is pure ego. Again, look at it from a narcissist point of view. He does not want to relinquish control. He thinks this is supplying his himself this empowerment by screwing over other people, which they do, not recognizing that it's mostly hurting himself because he's looking at actual prison time. Once we get that Discover back, we all know what it's going to say. He knows what it's going to say, whether he recognizes it or not. But even if we don't get that, there's enough evidence right now to turn over to the DA. By far, completely. Well, absolutely. And we will be turned over to the DA.
There's also another angle to this, too, and it's that as soon as this is over, Kyle is completely irrelevant, and I think he's afraid of that.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Matter of fact, that's why he goes in the Discords and he wants people to talk to him. That's why he goes on these programs, that he wants that attention. And you're right, it will be irrelevant because he will have zero credibility. He will be known as that YouTuber that threw away everything for a very, a channel that was moving up very quickly for jail instead.
stole from fans and then went to jail over a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And people are going. I mean, if he wants attention, people are probably going to be laughing at him for eons.
Well, it wasn't the channel; it was money too.
He's going to come across some stupid ass Wikipedia article that has him named as that dumbass YouTuber.
But let's make it very clear, and that other side has never addressed this. He did take all the money. He has committed fraud. He has been confounded. They are fraud apologists. They are supporting somebody who has committed fraud and fraudulent conversion.
Let's just say service wasn't proper, and he never actually got the papers. So what? He doesn't know about the court case now? Because people keep saying we'd have to refile and everything. No, it would just go back to discovery, and Kyle would have a chance to provide his evidence. He's had a year to provide evidence of anything, and he hasn't.
Nothing.
He doesn't have evidence.
He has never. I have been the only person that's shown any evidence of our 50-50 agreement, which Unirock doesn't understand because he doesn't understand anything about court contract law.
He's a fucking idiot.
I did not say we had a written agreement. I said we had a verbal agreement, which is called a handshake agreement, that has been in writing as well, but that doesn't mean a written contract. And I have shown OPT lawyer and other people in writing what we have, and that would meet the criteria for what's called a handshake agreement. That's why we went to court. I mean, the lawyer's like, yes, this is done all the time this way.
Not only has Kyle fucked his own credibility and how he's perceived on this fucking website and the internets in general, but Kyle has successfully dragged other shit people down with him.
Yes,
shit people that, by the way, we have already exposed as being shit people in the fucking first place. So basically, Kyle has done us a favor. Kyle has done us a huge favor in that regard. Demonstrated what we have been saying the entire fucking time.
That's very true.
Yep.
These people are fucking assholes. They're shitheads, and they will stop at nothing to fuck with people just because they got butthurt on the internet one time.
Astronomy Live says that they even openly admitted that he would still support that they would still support Kyle over Steve, even if he accepted that Kyle forged the evidence.
And that demonstrates that they're fraud apologists. That demonstrates exactly what I've been saying. They are fraud apologists. They are more than happy to support someone who has literally ripped off the non sequitur fans of thousands and thousands of dollars. Yet these same shitheads will question me and Sean Hufford whenever we have a GoFundMe when someone finds themselves on hard times.
Somebody needs a bed. Somebody needs a bed, and they criticize that. A bed. They criticize a fundraiser for a fucking bed.
They criticize a fundraiser for a bed. They criticize a fundraiser for a fucking funeral. They criticize a fundraiser when I had my car accident, when I slammed into 3 pigs at 70 miles an hour. They criticized all that shit, but they will not criticize Kyle Curtis for ripping off people of thousands of dollars who were non-sequitur fans and then ripped off another $5,000 from some shitheads on fucking GoFundMe.
Yeah,
it's a matter of self-awareness, right? They are perfectly happy to point fingers at literally everybody else, but by doing the things that they're pointing at other people doing, and even if those things aren't true, because they're so hooked on making somebody look bad or trying to bring somebody down because they don't know how to build themselves, and they can't build themselves because they're shitty people. And you think trying to build a structure on sand is bad? Try building it on just shit.
Again, this all beautifully proves what we've been saying. Unirock's a fucking hypocrite. Menace to Sobriety is a fucking moron, as is the rest of them. Kyle Curtis is the biggest fucking moron of them all, but he's the gift that keeps on giving. He has allowed us to demonstrate to you guys who the shit people really are. Again, these people who will shit on me for having a fundraiser for a mattress for somebody who's never had a fucking mattress in years.
For having a fundraiser to find me a room when I was about to go homeless because Kyle wasn't fucking paying me, even though we were having $500 super chat nights at that point in time.
But that's what they're supporting, Bull. They're supporting Kyle.
Let me just go down the list real quick. I have to repeat myself because fuck it, I'm going to repeat myself. I had a fundraiser so that someone could have a bed to sleep on. I had a fundraiser so someone could have a roof over their head. I had a fundraiser because someone tragically lost their father and we had to fund a funeral. And I had a fundraiser for myself because I had a car accident. Unirock called all of those scams. But when Kyle steals thousands of dollars from the non-sequitur fans, that's okay. When Kyle has another GoFundMe for an additional $5,000, that's okay. And he actually submitted forged documents to the court. These motherfuckers are making my point for me. Fuck you, Unirock. Now everyone sees just what kind of a shithead you are. Fuck you, and fuck you again.
This video is getting demonetized.
Doctor says, imagine Kyle money.
Real quick, let me. What's that, Doc? What?
I
Doctor
asked
said, imagine giving Kyle money, lol.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I want to know. I don't think it seemed to me like there was one person with 99 accounts that gave Kyle money. But I wonder if anybody who did give him money regrets it. But I still think there wasn't a lot of them. I think they were all making fake accounts because that's what they do. Because a lot of them do have fake accounts. I do want to remind people there are a lot of people that are saying like they're having issues, like they're for some reason they can't be seen in the chat. They're not getting notifications. Make sure that you're subscribed properly and the notifications are on. They're not sitting through email any longer. If you guys haven't noticed, they're not doing that. So just make sure that the YouTube hasn't done anything funky. Subscribe and then like the video too. We're starting to actually set some likes. So that's cool. I might leave those up. But
I got a question from the chat. It's from Ash. What percentage would each of y'all put on the likelihood of jail time for Kyle based on how things currently stand and are likely to unfold?
I said before that I didn't think he would because I was talking about the contempt charge that his lawyer would get him out of it because his lawyer would say turn everything over. But now we're talking at a whole different level here. We're not even talking about contempt jail, which is going to be in the future. We're talking about actual prison. I think it's about a 98% chance that he's going to see some time before behind bars in this.
I'm going to hop on the meme train and say 95%.
Yeah, I'll go 95. This is too low, 95.
I would be curious to see. I think it would be really, if the court was being like, fuck this guy, which would be hilarious. I would like to see Kyle be in jail for contempt and then have to fight the DA for prison charges from jail. Athena Goddess of Wisdom for 5 says, fundraisers to help people, scams, ripping people off, just another Tuesday. Honestly, a lot of things have happened over these last 3 years.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
All right.
Yes.
Hey guys, I gotta head off.
Hi,
but
buddy.
thanks for having me as always. I'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you, sir.
Sounds good.
Bye.
See ya. And yeah, but I understand people are like saying, oh no, 100%. Sean Hubbard's like, to hell with this 95%. I'm sorry, I'm hopping aboard that meme train. 95%.
Yeah.
All hail the memes.
So I mean,
Golden Unicorn for 2 says, what did I miss, please?
I love you, but it's 71 minutes in, Manya.
Yeah. Yep. TLDR. He actually showed up, and oh boy, did he decide to slather himself in icing and a cherry on top.
Yeah.
An icing of shit.
But I want people to recognize
yeah.
this is a pretty decent audience right now. We have 438 people watching. I want all of them to know that for the last year and a half, myself, especially myself, but also including Cheshire, Bull, and Reds, have had all of our characters assassinated by a group of people that has been behind a lot of just morally reprehensible things. This is why we left them years ago. We've made that very clear. We didn't want to have anything to do with these people. We find them to be reprehensible. We find them to be duplicitous. We find them to be not people that could even remotely analyze the situation correctly. They get things wrong, which leads to conflict, which leads to discord, it leads to internal fighting, and that's what they do in various communities. We didn't want anything to do with that. They have subsequently, over the last couple of years, combined into a clusterfuck of cancers, tumor of shitty people. And this is what I've always said. These are ones that are making fake accounts of us, making impersonation accounts, and yet people go, "Oh, well, Steve's a mean poopy head." Then you ask them why. Well, he did this, and this.
Because you have a very firm. It's because you have a very firm definition of atheism.
Yeah, it's because of atheism, right? Yeah, exactly.
Steve's a mean poopy head because he doesn't agree with me about semantics because they're arguing semantics, not Steve, and that justifies any horrific, horrible behavior that I do from then onward.
That nailed it. That's exactly true.
Steve decides to leave a Facebook group, and next thing you know, the fucking owner of the Facebook group is trying to look into his fucking private history.
For 10 minutes, I had a conversation with that dude. 10 minutes, and he's been stalking
10
me ever
minutes,
since.
and it has resulted in months of stalking. Like, holy fuck, bro.
I have somebody who wears my face as a mask.
We're not
just BSing here. We have people out there that are mentally disturbed that have been stalking us, and I don't mean like following us around, but on the internet. One person even tracks my sleeping habits.
Wow.
Obsessive
Sean,
as fuck.
I just found that out last week from Muhim.
And here's the thing. UniRock has been trying really fucking hard to tip the scales so that he becomes the #1 troll of Steve McRae, because UniRock, after getting butthurt once, decided to go all out on retaliation of Steve McRae, going after Steve, going after his friends, and trying to influence this court case in any way, shape, or form to make it so that Steve would get fucked, as would the non sequitur fans.
Yes.
So essentially what you're saying is that they have actually had a hand in attempting to change the outcome of what would be morally correct, because they feel justified in that because they don't like Steve.
Steve's a meaty head. He's a poopy
but
face.
not limited to forging documents.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And you know what? Fuck these people.
Yeah.
Fuck them all. I mean, just fuck them all. Fuck them.
Sean's got a question. He said, "What are the odds Kyle is about to follow through with his threat on a UniRock interview that he would rather delete the channel than hand it over to Steve?"
That would be criminal, and that would be go to the judge immediately. The judge can order YouTube to reinstate that, and then that's called criminal spoilage.
Yep. Hey, Kyle.
Steve, I've also been sending you memes, by the way, for you to show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hang on. Kyle, about that threat, do it.
Do it, coward.
Do it. Fucking do it.
Please.
It actually would get into us faster because the next.
It would expedite
it would
things.
kind of
Yes.
It would
Right,
expedite things quite a bit. Yeah.
It would
do it.
It would literally end this in about 2 days if you
I did
it.
ask my lawyer about that
Yep.
very specifically.
Kyle,
was there
fucking
contingent
do
at
it.
that? And it would basically be the judge would just do a issuance to YouTube, and he would file a criminal to the DA on spoilage.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an ongoing case, and it has financials in there.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Okay, and also now I haven't confirmed this, but there's reasons to believe this. I haven't checked totally yet, but fraudulent conversion is a civil tort of the equivalency of embezzlement. Because it had financial sent to the court that were padded, the accounts payable were padded. Even Peter Riley admitted to that. Because of that, and if he deletes something criminally, which is a criminal spoilage, which has financials, we possibly could go after him for embezzlement rather than just mere financial conversion.
Yeah.
Fraudulent conversion.
So Kyle, if you want to prove how much of a fucking moron you are, do it.
And by the way, I will make this very clear. I have never bluffed in the past. I'm not bluffing now. I will not bluff in the future.
I think the chat is kind of getting into a little bit of this sort of question. What are the minimum and maximum years that Kyle could get?
I calculated around 15 to 20 maximum. Pled down, because of all this other stuff. Probably 2 or 3 is probably what would be seemingly reasonable. But again, this judge could recommend, a lot more. I mean, he already perjured himself in the last affidavit. This last deposition this morning. Yes, he was not being truthful. Yes, did he lie? Is it on the equivalent of perjury? Well, again, it's more of a he said, she said. Now, if he would have said, look, I did not forge these documents, I don't think he ever said that, right? He actually said, well, I don't know why that they are, not coming up correct and why this and that, which to me is a lie, right? He does know why. He does know why. Now, I don't know the legality of that, though. I just don't. But he was definitely prepped not to say certain things, I think. So,
probably.
Which is fine. I mean, the lawyer's supposed to prep him, but yeah.
Why would you listen to his lawyer then? He doesn't listen to her at any other point.
I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'm going to head out, but before I do, just going to repeat. It would be fucking dumb of Kyle to delete the channel. That would be a stupid thing to do.
So that means he's going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if he's brave enough, do it. Fucking do it. Fuck around and find out. And with that, I'm calling it. Peace out, guys.
Yeah, the only downside.
Carrie sent us a sticker with a present for 4.
Thank you for that sticker. I'll go on record as the only downside of that is that because there's a contempt hearing coming up, that's one less thing that he has to worry about. But I know of probably a dozen things that he has to turn over. That's just one of them, and he doesn't. I don't think he has a clue what those dozen things are. Even though some of them things we've sent them, but not everything have we annotated. We haven't explicitly told him everything that needs to be turned over, because there's certain things that are included that he's not aware of, but are part of the assets, and we will do that eventually when we get to the contempt hearing and when we tell the judge what we want. And he has to turn those things over from jail if he's found in contempt. So.
Yep.
Yep.
There was nothing that I would enjoy more than watching Kyle try and do all this stuff from a jail cell.
We will not get a transcript on this, I don't think. We may or may not. I don't think that we will get a transcript on this, but I don't
think they don't have. They didn't have a court recorder. It was
no. There's a court recorder.
No, it's all recorded because it all has to go directly to the judge.
Right. There has to be a record of it, but I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think that we have access to that.
No, because there could be some private stuff said in there.
I will tell you this: if he deletes the channel, Scotty's gonna drop him as a client.
Yeah, you lose your lawyer if you fuck around with the evidence.
Yeah.
I also, so Smitty is asking, does anyone have all the non sequitur show backup on a hard drive? The thing is that if he deletes the channel, it will just get reinstated by YouTube within within a short period of time. I don't want to say how long because YouTube can be kind of slow, but they're pretty fast when it comes to legal shit. So
Um,
it's almost like they have to comply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's an ongoing case. The judge would just say, "This is an ongoing case. There's financials in there that we need access to, and ask them or order them to directly reinstate it, and that would be a criminal act. That is a felony, another felony."
Right, and so it would be a situation of all the YouTube's videos would stay at their regular resolution and quality up until 30 days. Then everything gets bumped down to like complete garbage.
I will tell you this.
I
will tell you this. Ruhif wants embezzlement charges. Straight up, he wants embezzlement charges, and I don't. Right now, it's not feasible. But I mean, if he was to do certain things, that would be back in play, I think.
Yeah, there would be a transcript. I just don't think we're going to.
There is a transcript. Yeah, we're not going to have access to that transcript, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are a Unirock side as an atheist, you gotta think maybe that's how Christians feel. McRae is a true god. I think that my favorite is still the dude who made that video that basically looked like some like early 2000 high schooler did it for a visual project that was super duper cringy, and they made Steve sound like he was like an ancient elder evil from the internet. That video was so good.
I've seen some deep fakes floating around with me, and I think they're great. I love them.
Those are hilarious. I love those.
I love deep fakes.
They're so funny.
But like I said, I really love the fact that people have been supportive of this. They've seen the evidence, and they know we've been telling them the truth. If people still want to support, that other side, Kyle, and those flying monkeys, I don't really care. I have been listening to Jason's Periscope just because I'm just blown away at the inept understanding he has at all this. He just throws things out there, and then nobody's asking him, well, where's the evidence for this? We show you the evidence over here, and that's the difference.
Joey D says, my friend does video depositions. There's a video recording of all depositions. Yes. Could you imagine getting that?
No, I don't think that's available. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that.
That's why I said imagine.
Well, like I said,
that sounds hilarious.
I will continue to answer questions when you guys message me. If you leave comments, I will always give you the best available answer that I have. You always get the truth. I can tell you right now that from the other side, you will never get the truth. And if you ever did, it would be so mixed in with the nonsense you wouldn't even know. So
the syndicate, yeah, they're like some hate group that they decided to pretend that they were like anonymous that goes after Steve.
But I mean, let me ask you this though: don't you think that because of all this, a lot of them got exposed where before they were kind of behind the curtains?
I think they were emboldened by this. And so I think a lot of them were just trying to do this kind of garbage behind the scenes, like, but either between talking to creators or whatever it was that they were trying to do, like sow seeds of doubt and just kind of be general garbage people. And then when the split happened, it emboldened them. And then the longer Kyle's dragged this out, the more they've thought that they could get away with. And like down the lines where they've I would probably say you'd be able to get them on like defamation per se, or
Well, it's defamation, it's not per se.
You could probably get I could probably get a restraining order on a couple of them pretty easily.
Unfortunately, they don't know the difference between a TRO and an RO. They still never figured that out.
Oh, dude, they don't know the difference between like
The T.
like the
Well, the one's an injunction.
T.
But a TRO is not actually, it's a misnomer. Like a big bang wasn't actually a bang. The TRO is not an actual type of restraining orders. It's actually an injunction that acts as a temporary restraining order, but it's not a true restraining order. That actually has to go through a judge.
Right. Keyword is temporary.
Yeah. It's. I don't think these people know the difference between their left and their right, quite francally.
Well, this is why you have actual legal people that know these differences. Like the subtle difference between a subpoena and to produce documents, right?
Carrie for 2 is asking, how do you intend to celebrate when this ends?
There's only a handful of people that know exactly how I'm going to celebrate this. Well, one of them is in the live chat, and I'm not going to say what the plans are because I'm a very respectable person. But I have one thing that I want to do very, very much. One person in the live chat knows what that is, but we'll leave it at that. Next.
They don't know the difference between their arse and their elbow.
Yeah.
Like I said about Jason, I'm surprised they remember how to breathe.
I'm wondering if a lot of these people are actually.
They know how to go live.
I'm wondering if a lot of people watching now are ex non sequitur show fans, because this is one of the larger audiences we've had, and now that the evidence has come out and the evidence has not been refuted.
Just ask them. One in the chat, if you guys watch Non Sequitur and are a fan that have come over from Non Sequitur waiting for the show to be back or whatever you're looking for. So one in the chat if you are a Non Sequitur show fan or were one.
2 if not. 3 if you hate us. No, give them options.
Why?
Why not?
No other option.
Why not? But anyways, I'm getting kind of tired. This was a long day today. We were up early trying to see if he was even going to show, which by the way, I did say he was going to show. I did say he was going to continue to lie because that's exactly what a narcissist does. And of course, he's trying to project, oh, well, Steve's a narcissist. Look, if you find one aspect of narcissism that you think that I fit, please let me know. Now, there are some that everybody does, obviously. But I mean, to be a narcissist, there are certain things. One of which is to lie consistently, regardless of the implications, merely because you are trying to do more damage to somebody else.
See, this is why I didn't want to do 2. I wanted to get a rough idea of the numbers, and I wanted to make 2 in the chat if you're going to come and join us over on Non Sequitur when we get it back.
Okay.
But make it 3 in the chat if you plan on following us over to Non Sequitur once we get a rolling.
Yeah, 33, 420 still count as ones.
Oh, so does 69.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, guys? And like I said, please share this video around. Share the last video we did on the Caffeine Corner, and share the one before that, which is the evidence for the touch-up edits. And by the way, if anybody that knows coding, if you think that is wrong, please let us know. But everybody that I know that is a coder that does understand computers has not found any issues whatsoever with it. Jason and his crack team of coders have yet to show that they even understand what was done. More or less has debunked it. They're talking about PDF readers, they're talking about text editors, they're talking about hex editors, they're talking about values and fields. None of that is relevant. Nothing.
Also, welcome Roll Mops, because they just joined as a member.
Yeah, thank you, Roll Mops, as a member. And by the way, I think he is actually a coder, if I'm not mistaken, himself.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. That would be me too. Like, I stake my reputation on that shit.
Yep, he's a coder.
Yep, it's forged.
Nobody, not one person that knows code has disagreed with this. Justin Franks, who is, by the way, my webmaster. He runs my domain, so he knows his shit. I checked it, found no issues. I'm more of a sysadmin now, but I did work years as a coder. So the guy that I work with for my admin stuff, who's been gracious enough to do it on his own time, which thank you very much, Justin. It's been several years you've been doing that. I have not forgotten about that, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart that you allow me to use your servers and stuff for my Great Debate community and other things. And you've been so amazing setting up like the emails and stuff. So I thank you for it. He knows about the stuff. He's checked it. But of course, Unirock, he knows computer stuff from 1993, so.
Even if it was 1993, even if it was done in 1993, PDF is not a new thing.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
Yep.
Yes, Steve, show the memes before we go.
PDF tools existed and will continue to exist. It's called portable document format for a reason.
Yeah, and like I said, once you load the code, it's pretty easy to read. It's not complicated.
Yeah.
All right, so who submitted this one? This is the two girls and the guy looking. Uni Kyle.
We can't see it.
The outside kid. But she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. I saw them all.
Yeah, that one's good.
Well, let me watch the outside here because
it's still loading. I'm just watching Steve's mouse. There it goes. That's funny. I like that one.
And then this one is sorry I was busy 33.
Yep.
The memes shall flow.
Oh god, more memes. All the memes. Send us memes. I love the memes. This is such a memeable thing too.
And here's the thing. We've only had like harmless memes. We've never done anything to harm anybody. I've never made an account to go after people. I've never, fished people and made personation accounts. I never made a sock account of somebody. And so, you got to remember that memes are memes. And when you have to apologize for memes to Kyle, for making memes about Kyle, I'm sorry, but that is just ball washing.
Right. Roll Mops is right. PDF doesn't predate the internet, but the internet's a lot older than most people think, too. The internet's from the 70s, guys. It's been around a long time.
He's actually going to check. But
PDF also has predecessors and things like that.
You mean it didn't spawn out of nothing?
So
right.
I've just had a couple people that are coders as well. They're all in agreement. But again, where's Jason's evidence? He just says, oh, they're wrong. Text editor, oh, field, oh, value, changing value. Well, I don't even know what the hell he's even babbling about when he's talking about values. I mean, I understand values. I did program in Visual Basic at one time. But it's just like, does he understand what a class is in object-oriented programming or what a field is? Like if you have like employee names as a field, specific type of class. I mean, does he understand that this in the PDF code, the PostScript code, has nothing to do with any of that? These were literally a touch-up after somebody downloaded it. Somebody literally went in and changed the information in the PDF. That is not done server-side.
Nope. It's not even done when submitting them to the court. Like, why would the court modify evidence being submitted?
Yeah, why would the court go in and add Benjamin's name to a PayPal thing? Come on. That was clearly edited in. That was added in after the fact.
Right. Anybody making the argument that it wasn't is just being contrarian, stupid, or both.
Cheshire will do a meme thread if she can, and I'll retweet it. But anyways, let's call this to a close because we're about 90 minutes in, so people can watch this. Cheshire, share your stuff.
We're doing another That Time of Month this month, but it will not be this Saturday. It will be the Saturday after that. I believe there will be a Goblin Reads later on this week. I'm just trying to get reorganized. I got a little bit behind over the weekend because...
Treat Feline is right, although it would have been called ARPANET back in the 60s.
ARPANET, that was the military version, yeah.
That was the military version and the DoD version of the internet, but it's essentially the same thing.
I do want to thank. I want to thank. What was it? Now I forgot. Peter Harrington. Peter Harrington was actually one of the ones that submitted an affidavit to the court, signifying that his recording was accurate because that was what Kyle's lawyer wanted. Thank you for that. That was very nice of you to do that. And also, let me remind people that Kyle did not deny what he said in the audio video recordings, which was the original papers are served. Go ahead, Boo. What do you got for us?
What do I got? Nothing left. I've said all I want to say.
Awesome.
Other than he's full of shit.
If you guys are going to do the meme train, I'm starting with like OG memes from this situation. So if you guys have like your original memes when this started last year, throw them on here.
What's the hashtag?
Every single one. There's the link.
What's the hashtag you're using?
I didn't use a hashtag. No, put it in the thread. Respond to that tweet.
Yeah, but
so they're all in one space.
Right, but put a hashtag too.
No. What Sweet said? Gnome Kyle. That one. Hashtag Gnome Kyle.
All right.
Yay!
All right, so with that, guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, please like, subscribe, send these to as many people as you want. This will
Hold
be
on, I'm gonna
big.
redo the tweet.
And we will get Discover back soon. And once that's back, it is basically, game over for Kyle. And I think that he recognizes that, and that these are the end times for him. And I do think that Unirock will flip on him eventually. I think he has two options: flip on him or don't flip on him. If he doesn't flip on him, he's just going to be looking completely like even dumber, because he's supporting somebody who clearly, without question, has forged stuff, even though that he doesn't understand it. And if he does flip on him, people are going to go like, hey, for a year and a half you supported this fraudster. So either way, it's kind of SOL. But.
All right, so there's the tweet. Put all of your OG shit in there, and here is, yes, I fixed it to proper gnome.
Padme made some great memes. Padme made
some great memes.
Brilliant.
Oh, please put them all back in. Get them all back. All.
Yes.
All right, leave comments, guys. By the way, the comments may take a little while to show. Don't freak out if you leave a comment; it doesn't show instantly. Give it maybe 5 minutes, maybe an hour. Just give it time. Most of them are review, but some of them does go to spam, and some of it doesn't show right away. So don't think that you got deleted, okay? And with that, guys.
Hashtag Gnome Kyle. Hashtag Kyle33. See you guys there.
There you go.
Bye.